Okay, making the fastest 5x3 because yes. So I just had the idea for the layout randomly when doing redstone, but it was really scuffed and it took me like a month to actually make it half decent. I mean, it's still horrible, but just like less than how it was before. But yeah, that is what I'll be wiring today. The animation is gonna look cool, I think, because it's gonna close instantly. Like you can just be walking down a hallway and boom, a 5x3 sized wall just appears in front of you. Okay, but some goals for this door are that it has to have minimum reset, it has to be fully reliable, aka work everywhere in any direction, and I also want it to be entityless. Okay, let's just get into it. Okay, never mind. First I wanted to make a playback of the layout working using Game4U's capture and playback mod, basically to understand the sequence better. Spoiler alert, it wasn't that helpful, but at least I got to see how the animation will end up looking like. Alright then, it was time to think about the wiring. So this door can be divided into 3 parts. First being the left side, which will be identical on the other side of the door. So when I get that done, it will be very easy to copy it to the right side, which will be the second part. Then lastly, by far the most difficult part, being top. It is not going to be fun. But I decided to start with the left side. At first, I thought I could share some of the pulses from the side ABCCPA circuit with the top. And in theory it would have worked, but in practice not so much. Like when you have inputs right here and they both need to be a module in an ABBA, yeah, it's easier said than done. Yeah, so after this I gave up on trying to make it small and just began making massive ABBA circuits. Oh no. Nice. And... Yes, thank you, finally. And I can just run it up to here. So that's C, then B is just right here, which is very nice. And yeah, A is just that one. And now this should work. There we go. Okay, nice, I have an ABCCPA. Nice. 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 And that should also work. Now with all of the ABBAs in place, all I had to do was connect them up with the right timings. So I started off by making an input line that powered the middle single, and this dual edge zero-tick generator that powered 2 of the ABBAs. Yes, it did work. Then I connected these ABBAs together for the closing, and also these ones. For the second one I had to use a zero-tick repeater in between, because that was the only good way of getting the signal down. And the line also had to be toggled so it wouldn't power on opening. Then from the input line I made another dual edge zero-tick generator that powered this ABBA that does the first move of opening, and I added a toggle here. Nice. And then this goes down, and it should do the first move of opening. Nice. So I need to fire this back at 3 and this back at 3. Yeah, and then I made the circuits that did that. And the opening should pretty much work now. Yes, that's really good. And then just this goes at 6. Let me actually do that right now. That should work, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, that works. Oh my god, yes. That is nice. Alright then, that's the left side done. Or actually I found out that one of the circuits went too low, but after fixing that it was all done. So then it was time to make the right side, which was basically just making a selection, doing / copy, perf off, flip west, paste, making a new selection and using the replace command a few times. Then just manually placing what wasn't copied and testing it. Yeah, that should be correct. Yeah. Okay, let's see. No. Yes! That's so good. Okay, nice. And the opening should also work. Yes, thank you, finally. Alright, then the sides were done. And now it was time to make the top. So let me give you some context as to why the top is so scuffed. First of all, you have 4 sets of these circuits that retract these blocks. After those have fired, you need to power these pistons that put in the fold piston here. But the other side is a bit more complicated. So the circuit is used for getting this block in place, and for that you need a folded double. So there are 2 very scuffed inputs. First one is this, which goes first. But one of the dusts also powers a piston below, meaning powering it normally would be locational. So to prevent that, I have to power only up to this dust using signal strength, and only then also power the second piston. And to do that, I use this circuit that lets the signal through first, that powers this piston, and then this signal that powers both. Still with me? Then I have an ABBA between these pistons that puts in the fold pistons and puts this piston in place. Now what is that used for, you might be asking? Well, next we start repowering this line, which starts powering the pistons below. But while that is happening, we need to repower this line to start putting this piston below. Then the pistons enter zero tick pulse, and the piston I was talking about is needed to give an update to this that allows it to zero tick. Okay, I hope you're getting why this is so scuffed now. The rest is pretty easy though. Actually, the middle pistons were also kind of scuffed, since you have one redstone line to power them. Meaning you need to power it 2 times for closing in the same tick, and keep it extended with block event delay for opening, and again with 3 game tick delay using signal strength for the last move. But yeah, that's pretty much how the top works, and it took quite a while to build. I won't bore you with progress updates, so just enjoy the time lapse. It should work. It should actually work. So let's see. And this should work, yes. And the opening. It's gonna work. It works! Oh my god, I've met the fastest 5x3. That's so funny. It's so laggy. I mean, there are like hundreds of pistons firing all at once, so it does make sense. Oh my god. Just look at this. It's so massive. I definitely could have made this smaller. Yeah, that's just insane. Okay, bye.